Welcome back to a new video, everyone. My name is Nalene and I am a dairy farmer, goat rancher, and amateur horse trainer from Saskatchewan, Canada. If you're new here, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons because that's how we help this channel grow. Right now I'm getting prepped for feeding calves, so I'm filling up the milk taxi and our little wagon with buckets because our milk taxi is no longer big enough to accommodate all of the calves that are on milk. So we just add a little wagon with buckets so that we can tip those in later on when the milk taxi is empty. Almost ready to go here, and then we're gonna start feeding some calves. I am off to the city because I need a new license plate. I was Christmas shopping on December 23rd and somebody actually very quickly, because I was not shopping for very long in any given store, like tops, you know, 20-30 minutes, and I came back from doing my Walmart shopping and my license plate was gone. So I have a temporary one right now and I'm gonna go get a new one today because it's nice outside, so I'm hoping that the roads are kind of nicer. But yeah, that was highly inconvenient because now I have to go and pay and buy a new one, so that sucks. But oh well. So we're like a day or two later. I'm milking cows, but I'm gonna throw it back to some B-roll footage from a few days ago because I forgot to put it in a new video, so enjoy that and I'll meet you back after that little milking montage. So I'm actually on the next day after that milking montage, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just going out to do my before milking check of all the animals. Hey guys. We still got lots of water. Everybody looks okay. Where are my two old ladies? There's Harissa and I can hear DG in the back somewhere. They want grain. I almost tripped over a clump of snow. So it's like minus 17 degrees Celsius, but it feels like minus 22. It could still be colder. But today is the coldest day we're supposed to get for a little while because we're gonna have some like plus again in a week. It's crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. So I saw a comment on my last video, somebody being like genuinely curious as to why I put the barn so far away from the corrals. And the answer is, it's not actually that far. It's probably like, I don't know anymore. I can't remember how far we put it, but basically the layout is, this is our well house, corrals, barn. And if I step back, you can pretty much see them all in the same shot. So it's only like, I don't know, 30 or 40 meters in between the barn and the corrals. So I put them that far away or that close by because I had to employ a lot of forethought when we started building this place, because when we started, we only had the barn, we only had the well house. So I didn't want the corrals too close to the well house because that's where all the water comes from. But I didn't want it so far away that I couldn't utilize the wall of the corrals and the barn. So the plan in the future is actually to build a lean-to on this south side of this barn, and then to create a small paddock here, keeping the well house fenced out, and then having, you know, a nice sheltered area that goats can stay in the winter, hopefully. So I would like to build a nice pasture here, but in reality it's not actually that far. I know it looks far when I'm running with my goats, but it's really not. But yeah, they're placed where they are because I want room to build a lean-to, and I want room to have a decent little pasture here. So that's why everything is where it is. So this is slightly embarrassing, but I figured I would just be ahead of the game and leave two 5-gallon pails of water. Because yesterday I took the hose out here. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's also a pain in the butt to haul pails all the time. So I figured I would leave these pails here so I could easily refill them today. And they were not frozen solid, but they were frozen enough that I couldn't just dump the water out. So I put them in the water trough. Luckily, there's more than enough water to thaw these pails out. But yeah, that was silly of me. Don't want to go out yet. That doesn't. Oh, there we go. So there's a de-icer in there, and these are not like they're hollow, so they weren't like that frozen, but this will thaw because there's this thing, so that should be fine. And now they're totally good for another 2 days or so. But that froze like 1.5 inches, I think. Hey, I didn't say you could come over here, did I? She's supposed to wait in the alley because she's always trying to eat goat poop. Get. Go on. Go back to your spot. Sit. Stay. So everything is done and dusted at my place. So I'm here at the dairy farm now. It's time to pressure wash the basement underneath the parlor. This is a job that I should be doing once in a week, but I'm not very good at doing that. So New Year's resolution, do that once a week. I am filling up this little spray bottle because you got the spray nozzle attachment for the pressure washer. And I always like to put this on there. And right now I don't have any soap, so I am going to be using some dish soap. So that's all done, all clean down here, a lot less slippery. Now I've got a corner that I want to clean upstairs by the milking parlor and set up a shelf, because we've got a lot of supplies up there that we use off and on down in the milking parlor, or up in the milking parlor rather. And right now it's all just piled on the ground. So I'm gonna set up a shelf, clean up that corner, and make it a little bit more organized. So this is the corner I'm talking about. There's like a little step stool. There's pails here. There's also a bunch of gloves and stuff in this window. So I'm gonna be cleaning this corner up nice. I have a plastic Mastercraft shelf over there, and I'm gonna put that here, and then everything can have its space. So that's nice and clean now. Time to build a shelf. So this is what it looks like for now. I'm kind of running out of time and I have to start milking cows, so this is what it is going to be, and then I'll organize it a bit better later on. But this already looks like 10 times better. So today, instead of milking cows, I'm going to be scraping the barns, because we hired on a new guy this summer and he's kind of just been filling in where he can, and he hasn't been taught how to scrape the barns yet. And that's who I'm milking with today, is Chris. He's been in a couple of my brother's videos, I think probably more than a couple actually. So I'm gonna scrape as fast as I can. It's the job that I suck at the most, so I'm typically pretty slow, which is why I don't like doing it normally. I'm always milking the cows. But first order of business, always raking the poop out of the beds. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna get into the bobcat and scrape poop. Well, at least she's peeing not on the crossover. Come on, ladies. Come on. Let's go. Everything here is clean now, or as clean as I can get it. This is basically just a rototiller arm that goes into the bed and then makes the beds all nice and soft and fluffy. So I'm just attaching the hydraulic hoses here, and then we'll be on our way. wasn't terrible. Definitely could have gone worse. It's been like at least half a year since I've done this job, I think. So there were like a couple of like small things that you start to remember that you've totally forgotten about. But for the most part, this barn is nice and clean now, as you can see. So we're ready to put the ladies back in the barn. So milking is done. I ended up cleaning some of these boxes out during milking because we have the hot water in there. It's really nice to clean stuff with. A lot of this was pretty filthy. So now I'm just sorting it into little containers and storage boxes so that it's easier to get to and nicer to use. And hopefully everybody can do their part to keep everything organized in the future. It's all cleaned up, all put away. I have gloves, sleeves, somebody's pair of gloves there. We've got alcohol, some boluses, some penicillin for mastitis treatments, red bands, colored crayons. The bolus gun is behind here. I'm just gonna put that up here because that's easier for everyone to see. And then we've got less commonly used items like string to hold up the milkers, metal bits, plastic bits, udder balm. There's some tools in here. There's some color spray and grease in here. And then I've got the pails down here that we use for colostrum. And that frees up a lot of space down here. I still want to clean this up a bit more. But most importantly, it really clears up this window frame because this sill was always covered in those boxes for those gloves, and it just looks messy. So now we have everything that we need right here when it comes to milking. It's right around the corner from the parlor, so it's very easily accessible. And then one more thing that I want to do is to maybe put a bungee cord around this to kind of tie this all together. But for now, there is a bungee cord over here to hold it in place. So yeah, I guess I gotta take out that garbage and then clean up a couple more things here and there. And then I'm done for today. I also have to drop off some silage by Peppercorn, so I'll show you guys how she's doing. So Peppercorn here, unfortunately, was not eating enough, so she ended up having an LDA, which stands for left displaced abomasum. So she got operated on and she's doing much better. She's eating very aggressively now, but because she wasn't eating enough, she also dropped in her milk production. So I am no longer milking her, which is kind of too bad. But on the positive note, she is walking much, much better. So she still has a bit of a limp, but she is significantly better than she was. She's putting full weight on that leg most of the time, so I did get one win, and we'll see how she does. We might end up just AIing her and having her come in her second lactation. So we'll see how it goes. She has to show us that she is going to be a good strong cow though, because if she keeps walking around with a slight limp, there isn't any use in keeping her, because she still does have a slight limp like right now. But we're gonna see how it goes, and we might be able to keep her because of all the hard work that I put into her despite her trying to kill herself. Hey, stink butt. And for anybody that is new here, she is important to me because she's a daughter out of my absolute favorite cow, Pumpkin. So I really want to keep her going because I want to keep Pumpkin's lines going. But if it's just not meant to be, then it is not meant to be. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, the prognosis is good and we have lots of hope. So we're gonna leave it at that. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. I guess we're getting more snow. Nice.